Welcome in the ring. Let's fight, guys. Hope you guys are great. Wherever you're joining us from this evening, it is our privilege to have each and every one of you here in the ring with us. And you guys know when you come on, you have to share the live stream. And we hope that you guys are picking us up loud and clear. Guys, how was the day where you are? We trust that you guys have had a good day and that you were overcomers. The challenges came, but you surmounted them, guys, and that you are not only surviving out here, but you're thriving as well. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see Alexis Arthur, who is here with us, and Sharon Griffith. I see Faye Scott is here as well. Shelly DeRidder. And guys, you know, as you come on board, we always ask you to share the live stream. Good to see you, George Annan and Andrew Griffith, all the usual suspects like Claire, Royston Sampson. I see Yvonne McLean. Good to see you guys. Great to see you. Trust you had a good day. We have a full program ahead of us, guys. And coming up, we have the man himself, Mr. Khemraj Ramjattan, is going to be joining us this evening. Trenchies, I hope you all are hearing that. Ringsiders, you know, when we come on, you got to share the live stream. You got to assemble in the comments, guys. Tag a friend. Whether you guys are joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on YouTube, you're joining us on Facebook, we there. Whoever you are there, we there. We're in the fight card tonight, guys. And I'm so excited to show you guys what we have on the fight cards this evening. Several bits of information that we think that you all know. How these Jagabats operating. Y'all know these guys ain't giving up. How are we going to give up, guys? How are we going to give up? And so we continue to encourage each and every one of you, Ingrid King and Junior Ramatar, Anne-Marie Selby, Ibon Lamy, all you folks, to ensure you're not just coming and viewing us. Look, I feel like coming in that place behind some of y'all. You're not just coming and viewing us night after night, but guys, you are also partnering with us, helping us to do what we do here even better. And, you know, it's our privilege having you guys each and every evening. Some of you guys say you want me closer. Look. And hey, we out here, folks. Good to see each and every one of you. You know, the guys thought I was ready for the fight card. They're excited, you know. They're just like us. They're excited to get started, guys. We hope that you're excited as well. Remember that we need your continued support to keep our little program going. It is our privilege to have each and every one of you guys. And as you come into the Coliseum, as you come into the arena, ensure that we share the live stream. It is good to have each and every one of you. Our technicians are going to ensure that we have the right song, that we have the right volume, that we're looking good, that when our guests here, the speakers are on so we can hear the guests, and that we don't have any trouble and so forth. We are fired up on this end, guys, and we are ready to go. Let's get right into the fight card. We got some things to discuss. We got a couple things to discuss. So I'm excited to get into the fight card. Chisung Henry, I see you out there. Alexis Arthur, Charlene Campbell, Veronica Primo. Good to see you. Cheryl Chase. Good to see all you beautiful, fantastic folks from around the world. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you guys. It's our privilege having all of you join us this evening. And again, share the live stream. If you see me pulling in any direction, it's just to get a little bit of this of the fight card off of me, just in case you see me pulling in any direction. Let me see that way. We're gonna get some of this fight card off of us. But good to see all of you guys. Nonetheless, it is our privilege to be here. Let me ensure that we are in the right direction. If I go a little bit that side, yes, looks like we have it there. Guys, again, I don't want to come off too much again. You see, you can't please people, you know. Can't please us at all. But it's great having you guys. And I am ready to show you guys what's on the fight card, guys. Let's fight. Let's get right to it. And I think we're starting with the picture of the day. I think that is where we're starting. Patricia Sana, I think that is where we're starting. Michelle McKay, ensure that you guys don't let me get complacent. We got to share the live stream. We want to get everybody in the ring to share this credible and valuable information with them. I don't know about you guys, but picture of the day. Let's start there. Why don't we start there, guys, on the picture of the day. A lot of things happening, you know. a lot of things happening. A lot of things happening. Picture of the day. Folks, picture of the day. Photo of the day. Look at this madness. We pointed out this picture quite recently. This is Sheriff Street. Sheriff Street, folks. This might be the longest street it took to build in the world in history. Perhaps. But we found these markings on Sheriff Street very strange. And quite recently, the Bishop Van Ejel, the installed Minister of Works, said to the people of this country to be patient. He said there was method to this madness that are the markings on Sheriff Street. Look, folks, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what me. When I come to these markings on Sheriff Street, I get confused. I park the car for 5 minutes, and when I couldn't figure it out, I said, Duncan, there's a sign. You head back home. There's a sign. Head back home. One Jill. He probably understands the high science that are these markings on Sheriff Street. So he said to be patient. The folks who are working on Sheriff Street, he says they are not finished as yet. He said to be patient. Kavon Tuesday, Dennis London Welshman. He said to be patient. Karen Thorne. That's what the man said. So we have been patient. Picture of the day. But today, we there. Pops, look this on the picture. This government want to take people's lives. This catfish administration want to take people's lives. Look at this marking on the road. Let us bring that marking up big for everybody to see it. I know some of y'all, like peeps, so your eyesight done start to go already. Look at these markings here. These people want to start accident and to kill people in this damn country. This is a conspiracy by the PPP to take out AFC APNU supporters, APNU AFC supporters. It is a conspiracy. And we ain't having it. Y'all ever see madness like this? Now, how can we continue to be patient? How can we continue to be patient when road markings are emerging like this? I mean, do I go straight? Do I turn? I want to be obedient to the road rules. What will the traffic chief, Mr. Ashram, say under these circumstances? You see why I come to the markings on the road. And then I just turn back and go home. Because I say, Lord, this is a sign. You're saying, son, stay off the road today. Nothing irregular here. Nothing irregular here. Folks, I hope some of you who claim to be activists and all the vices that they have would take the opportunity to share this live stream. I want some people, some of our international stakeholders, to see when you have an installed administration, what obtains? When you have friends and family who get in contract and work, overqualified professional, what obtains? Now, when children see these signs, they must be wondering, what I learned in school, is it right? Because here are these signs telling me that we should be killing each other, basically. But this is emblematic of the catfish administration, you know. You see, when you fake your first degree, you went to UG, you fall out. You gone to IFLOT University and you never got a first degree. All of these things, this is that kind of people here making these markings on the road. I wish Glennis Bourne and Natasha Joseph would take the opportunity and share this live stream so the world could see what catfish regime gets you. And folks, that or those are the pictures of the day. Guyana is not a real place, you know. I want you all know that Guyana is not a real place. And there's evidence. A man there. Going but his own merrily way in a pontoon. What does he discover? A whole set of Republic Bank cards. People are of the opinion that this is why they have been missing monies in their Republic Bank accounts. Because somebody duplicating bank cards, according to what we have seen on social media, that is the feeling of people out there. That this is why monies have been missing out of their accounts, because they are duplications of their bank cards out there. I seen some people say that they're done with this bank. They're going to withdraw the 5,000 and carry it to another bank and all manner of things. There's a healthy fear out there. And people are rightful to be fearful. When you go and you seeing your little your money missing and all of that, and then you seeing all these bankers about the place, how should people operate? You tell me, Robin, Narayan, how should people operate? Shavane, right? People have the right to be fearful. And so when we show these bankards that are out there that have caused grave concern to people, right, we had a certain kind of reaction. We haven't seen a response from the bank as yet. But I would like to know how bankards just turning up all over the place. I mean, we got a bankard factory here. I thought these things are usually on the heavy security. But folks, this is the reality. This is the reality as concerns these bankards. Ghana is not a real place. The next thing we spotted, folks, y'all get cheers. Y'all cheers come. Cheers come, people. Folks, as we want to say here, we there. Next thing you know, we see Ramson post a set of cheers on Facebook. First thing, Ramson should take a seat. As a matter of fact, take several seats. Ramson had an interview about cheers for about half an hour. Ramson is no longer oil and gas specialist. Charles Ramson, the installed Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, he's now a cheer specialist. He is now a cheer specialist. The man has given up this oil and gas dream, this oil and gas specialist dream. The man spoke about 1 hour on cheers. I didn't think it was possible. I think this is something for the Guinness Book of World Record, but Charles has done it. The man waxed about how these chairs were designed in Spain, especially for the National Cultural Center. The man said that these chairs are so special, not a man jack would fall off of these chairs. Nobody, he said, he can guarantee would fall off of a chair at the National Cultural Center. That is what he said. He said these chairs so bad. He said these chairs are so special. When the staff at the National Cultural Center saw these chairs, they wept. Folks, this is credible information. Charles Ramson said the staff, when they saw these chairs, because you see, people never see chairs in their life. The man said they wept when they saw these green chairs. I don't know if they reflected on the Granger administration by the green or what, but the man said they wept. That is how we bought the thing. That's how we're selling it. The man said the staff at the National Cultural Center wept when they saw these chairs. I wish the guys can bring this up full screen, because something more special in these chairs than we are seeing. Charles Ramson said, folks, I want to see those emojis. I want to know how you're all feeling out there on social media about these jagabats. The man said the people wept. The people at the cultural center wept when they saw these chairs. Folks, y'all are sharing this live stream, or y'all taking us for granted. Natasha Joseph. Hold on. Let's keep it up there. Natasha Joseph and Denise London Welchman. Are we certain that they saw something about these chairs? Like there will be these chairs. The man said these people at the culture center wept. Petal Bennett and Cheryl Gillis. I don't know. Y'all see anything special about these chairs out there? Pauline and Carol Hudson, Rashford. Like we got to red flag these chairs. We got to carry a pastor or something by these chairs, a priest, an imam, a pandit. That is what the man said. They have never seen chairs like this. Right? He said they were 1,124. He repeated that several times in this interview, and then somebody corrected him and said, "No, it's only eight something." So Charles is clearly passionate about chairs. Folks, take a look at that. Folks, take a look at those chairs for a second. I mean, admire them for a second. I don't know. Hold on. There must be something to these chairs that we are not seeing. What is it? Guys, what is it? Huh? That is what I want to know. What is it? What are we missing at this end? In the name of God. A certain set of people a while back told us you can't eat roads, So I don't know if we have the opportunity to say we can't eat chairs. What is it about these chairs? But that's what Charles said. The sitting minister. No. Folks, we live in an age where if it wasn't on video or on photograph, it happened. I want to see these staff members who cried, who wept when they saw these chairs. That is what I want to know. Moving on. Guyana is not a real place. Guyana is not a real place. Spiraling crime. Master, they wept. People are weeping at crime. Spiraling crime and being robbed and so on in this country is when you install a chair. And mind you, those chairs and that initiative started under the APNU AFC administration. Almost forgot to tell you that. Those chairs and the changing of the chairs at the National Cultural Center, that initiative is an APNU AFC initiative that these guys are finishing off. These jagabats, these hypocrites, people are crying about crime in the country. It's the chairs. Spiraling crime, folks. We are made to understand that a teenager was robbed at Ramzet. Spiraling crime. Where is Robson Ben? Spiraling crime, folks. And this is just today, Remember, tomorrow is High Risk Saturday. Remember, places go up in flames in this country on Saturdays under this administration. Last week, Saturday, it was the DPP office and the Office of Professional Responsibility there by the seawalls. Was a Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday, folks. High risk, air fun, catfish. He said on Saturdays with his little charts and so on, high risk Saturday. So y'all watch yourself. Be careful out there. Don't be like this young man. We gotta stay vigilant. You see, the young man thought he was going to be safe because it wasn't Saturday. So he ventured out. And this teenager was robbed by a man, they said, in a green car. You gotta watch green seats now. You gotta watch green cars. Especially on High Risk Saturday. Crime is going up. Robeson, your name calling, boy. Robeson brings the Horatio Ben, your name calling. You got to take this crime situation in hand. You see, we table that no confidence motion. And you're running from it. You're running from it. But you see why? Young man, teenager, can't walk the streets in this country. Cannot walk the streets in this country safe. Crime spiraling. That being said, signs of the times. Signs of the time. Folks, this story here, I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't know how y'all feel about it. But this 17-year-old got a boyfriend. He's 22, she's 17. That's the first red flag. In me house, me 17-year-old got any boyfriend? Huh? You in me house? That's a story by itself. That's a story by itself. But this boyfriend, land by the people's house, he asking the girl for something. And when the girl wasn't coming fast enough, he would ring a box in the girl. Well, the stepfather wasn't having it. The stepfather wasn't having it. And the stepfather gave him some instant feedback. Like some of y'all has come on my page and views. I'm going to up how ring silence give y'all instant feedback. That is what the stepfather, I think the stepfather is a ring sider. Instant feedback, some hot oil in the face. You want box woman? Listen to me. We're not condoning violence here. Me ain't condoning violence for nobody. But you mess with my 17-year-old, I can't guarantee I won't throw a little hot tile in your face. I am telling you that as a peace-loving, Christ-loving person. I am all for non-violence. Everybody else. But when you go and slap me 17-year-old lad in me house, the story said the man was climbing through the window. The girl is not hurrying fast enough. He climbing through the window and ring a box. Some people rang and strong, you know. He got me PPP. Only PPP want climb through your window. Thief a whole election. Get into office by invalid votes. Install and one box you. That 7% is a box. That 7%, folks, is a box. Well, this stepfather wasn't having it. This stepfather wasn't having it. Folks, I ain't want to say kudos to the stepfather. I would never say kudos. Kudos to the stepfather. I would never say it. You understand what I'm telling you? Kudos to the stepfather. I would never say it. Some hot tile in the face. You want to slap me 17-year-old? I tell you, was a red flag. 17, he's 21, dating, coming home and all that. Look, listen, folks, come on. We're Vindia, the man. We're Care Bears Vindia. When you need these people to speak up and be counted, we're Care Bears Vindia. We're Priya. I ain't called Priya name in a long time. We all them the man. We're Gail. And the man throws some hot tile in the face. Well, I think he learned the lesson now. Hot tile. You want backs, people? You know, some men got to learn. Some men got to learn. Listen to me. Listen to me. You may say many things of me. Many things of me. I say this, and I can say it without any fear. Without any fear of successful contribution. I have never hit a woman in my life. And I will never either. Don't carry your life someplace. Some places. Do not carry your life some places, or you end up with some hot tile in your face. That's the moral of the story. Right? So he slapped the wrong 17-year-old. Hot tile in the face. Moving on, folks. That 7% was a slap in the face of this country. It was a slap in the face. Right? I ain't tell you all the rest. You all know the moral of the story. Hot tile. Look at this other one now. Folks, we need popcorn and cokes. Y'all think this country easy? Some people don't know when they're in trouble, you know, but the things in them is the things. Some of them know what they're doing, you know, it's the things. Some of them, you got to carry them to the imam. You got to carry them to the pandit and the pastor. Right? And some people, the thing too strong, you got to carry them Suriname. He's one of them. He in pickle. This Jagabat here, he done in story. He is already in story. I know this Jagabat is going to do. Yeah, he in story. The story says the prisoner leapt from where he was, right, and began choking the victim in the courtroom. In the courtroom, folks. I hope the court make he an example. Make he and Hatail an example. He in the court, you know, if this son of a bitch would do that in the court, imagine you put he behind closed doors. What he not gonna do? The story says in the court, the man left from where he was and began choking the victim. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to characterize this Jagabat here. I don't know how else. Folks, y'all sharing the live stream. You know, we got people in this country that we got animals. Because people do not behave in this manner. Civilized people like me. And you. All of you out there. I hope that Roxanne, Odessa Jacobs don't tolerate them kinds of things. Right? I hope Natasha Joseph and Cecilia Abrams, you know, don't tolerate certain kinds of things. The president choked the victim in the court. Now, what else? What else would the court wants? What else would the court want? Right? I hope not much more. Signs of the times, people. Some signs of the times. Right? More signs of the times. I heard the traffic chief spoke recently about this whole siren business. y'all know, like some people is never see come for see that in this catfish administration, soon as they gone in there, everybody gets siren. Onech gets siren. Priya gets siren. Priya husband gets siren. Gail, side chick, side hustle gets siren. Onech side hustle gets siren. Everybody. The children going to school with siren. The maid going to market with siren. Ashram. Mr. Ashram, the traffic chief, said quite recently, he said only certain vehicles, police vehicles, ambulances, fire tenders. And if my memory serves me, the president, prime minister, and then the home affairs minister were entitled to sirens. Now it's everybody. Private businesses got sirens blaring. You're no police from thief now. If it is so commonplace, right? You would see a motorbike, a Lamborghini, sirens. That is how we operate. So Ashram, Mr. Ashram, the traffic chief, has come out and he said that only police vehicles, right? But we know police vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, according to Ashram. We know there's theory and there's reality in this country. There is theory and there is reality in this country. Let me tell you a quick story here. When I was an undergraduate at university, reading for economics, I had a lecturer named Sharon Rupchan. God bless her soul. I think she's a PS now in one of the ministry. Sharon used to say, Guyana is the only country is defy every economic rule, every economic theory, every economic theory. So when you're talking about theories and models and so on, don't include Guyana in it. When you're talking about traffic rules and traffic laws, look the roads, look the signage on the roads. We define every rule and so on. Look at it. So that is what she said. So Ashram is saying only certain vehicles. I hope them people who know that they are not entitled to sirens, I hope that they take note. I hope you jagabats watching us this evening are taking notes. People, y'all know there, the PPP, wicked, they stink and dirty. Y'all know that. The jagabats, the PPP, Seymour George, you know that. Janet Edwards, Kenrick, Petal, Bennett, Ramkin, Hercules, Diane Graves, Andy, Nicole Harding, the PPP, they are wicked. They are stink and dirty. You believe me? Ask Schumann. Ask Lennox Schumann. You'll ask Lennox Schumann. Folks, the tale of Lennox Schumann, quickly before my guest comes this evening. Let it be a cautionary tale. Now, Lennox Schumann from the Liberty and Justice Party, oh God, how Lennox wrap up with these people. You would think he born PPP. They're rappy like an anaconda, rappy like a labaria. You would think he was born and bred PPP. You know, this man I see protesting against the PPP, talking about how the PPP threatening his life. He's a strange man to me. He is a strange man to me because how I see Schumann and these fella wrapped up in Parliament. Schumann went so far as saying in Parliament, folks, when you're talking about me, don't associate me with the opposition. Well, if it's not opposition, who the hell you are in Parliament? You are the government. So now when I see that the PPP has loosed, the PPP have, let me subject and my verbs agree, have loosed their dog of war, Dharmalal, on Schumann, and Schumann now crying, it's a strange sight to us. Schumann voted with them on every single bill in Parliament. On every single bill. Schumann is working for a hefty salary. Why? Because he's special? No. Because they wanted his support and his vote. That is why. So Schumann works at the behest of this government as an advisor on civil aviation. The perks and Schumann's salary is over probably $1.2 million. So when Shuman got his 7%, he's smiling all the way to the bank. Then he got deputy speaker, among other things. And now his time in parliament is coming to an end because of the joiner party system. They have found they have no more uses for him. So Shuman and Dharamlal got this big bacchanal on Facebook, signed off by the PPP. Here in one post, Dharamlal telling Shuman, Lennox Shuman, the report is set 50% by the end of the term, not the end of the first year. Again, Shuman's contention was this 7% is poor and meager. Everything that we know, it is. But Dharamlal wasn't having it with Shuman because, of course, Dharamlal know the PP got to get the money's worth. So Dharamlal is saying, not at the end of the first year, the 50% is going to come. You need to listen and stop peddling misinformation. This is Dharamlal talking about the deputy speaker. Stop peddling misinformation. Otherwise, you will be described as a domestic rag. As a domestic rag, as you did the media houses in Guyana. Now here Shuman clap back. Folks, I tell you, the PPP, the wicked, well, the stink and dirty. Here I'm Shuman clap back. Nigel Dharamlal, you are puerile and lacking in comprehension. Now you backpedal 43% and 3.75 years to go. And please, don't pull a gun on me. Hold up, folks. Don't let me pretend Shuman didn't just say that. Don't let me rush past that. I'm about to talk to the former Minister of Public Security. Shuman pulled, Dharamlal pulled gun from people? This needs an investigation. The deputy speaker is saying that a sitting minister, that's the inference, is pull gun for people. That being said, folks, in a post recently, Shuman says that his job is being threatened. This job as an aviation advisor, because of what he said on social media about this 7%. He said that his job is being threatened. He said there's already an interruption to doing business as I know it. It means that when he goes to certain places, doors are no longer being opened for him. The PPP, the wicked, the stink, and the dirty. And here how Shuman ends his post. He says, I have registered my concerns with international missions present here in Guyana. That's what he said. This is Shuman, you know. This is an advisor to the PPP on aviation, the deputy speaker of the National Assembly, and the head of a political party 1 year. But these jagabats, these hypocrites, these crosses in government, Shuman said, I have registered my concerns with the international missions present in Guyana. Hear the rest of it. We talk about the rising crime. Here Shuman closer. No person should ever live in fear. No person should ever live in fear. If that's how they treated Shuman, who gave them every one of his vote in parliament, who was one of the guardians of democracy and all this bull crap, how you think they can treat Duncan? How you think they can treat Duncan? Huh? So let Shuman, folks, be a cautionary tale to each and every one of us. Let Shuman be a cautionary tale. Irfan had a press conference today. They said it wasn't a press conference. He was given a statement. I wonder, folks, I have never seen Irfan stand for long, engage in the media. So I don't know if he got a stamina problem. 2 weeks ago, Irfan was coughing. 2 weeks later, Irfan still coughing. Irfan sick. In the name of God, Irfan, see a doctor. Protect those persons around you. He coughed right through the press conference. Right through the statement he was delivering. Again, trying to sell Guyanese dreams that this 7% was good for you. Trying to sell us that dream and trying to tell us all the nice things that they have done for us, but we ain't feeling it here, fun. Try again. Take a couple of them seats in the culture center. The man was drinking tea lavishly on the lawns of State House, telling us how good the 7% is. That cup of tea alone, if another cup, is worth that 7%. Right? And if you get too close to him, the price you can pay for the doctor for solve you cough problem gonna be more than the 7%. That being said, so the statement, right? The man spoke for about 37 minutes and he said out here, and I'm gonna ask my guest about that. But finally, folks, Catfish today was at the opening of a hotel, Jigabin Hotel in Region 2. Kudos to these business people who have gone into this venture to open this hotel there in Region 2. I hope it has good success. I hope people patronize the hotel, and I hope it does well in the future. But is the price tag for this hotel that surprised a lot of people? Folks, you gotta get popcorn and your cokes. The price tag for this hotel surprised a lot of people. Jigabin Hotel, a 5-story hotel, dozens of room, 5 stories, dozens of room, cost $200 million. $200 million. So people started pointing out, how come a school, which is usually a 2-story building, costing $350 million? They want to know, how come a fire service station, even if it's a headquarters, costing $640 million? A 5-story hotel where you got to ferry wood and lumber and concrete till to Region 2, costing you $200,000, and got endless rooms, and a school costing you $350, right? And the headquarters for a fire station costing you 2 times that, $600,000. Khemraj Bright, as we head into the main event. And I want Khemraj to help us with some of these issues. Khemraj is a trained lawyer. He's been in politics for over 40 years, well versed in these issues. And I would admit, folks, in political issues, I come late. So I want Khemraj, as we move into the main event and we invite our guest this evening to tell us about some of these issues here and about some of the other things that have been happening. Folks, good to see all of you. Share the live stream. Sister Marcy, Marsha Baptiste, Ramkin, Idris Williams, Claudette Harry, all you fantastic folks, as we invite the one and only Khemraj Ramjattan, who is going to join us, the leader of the Alliance for Change, Member of Parliament, the Shiloh Minister for Agriculture, and also a trained lawyer. I think we have him now. Chief,
thank you very much, Sherrod. You're firing, and
how are you doing, Chief?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I was watching you there, and lots and lots of information. And I'm glad that you're doing this, Sherrod, because in this democracy, in this Guyana political landscape, still a democracy, I must tell you, but sliding backward somewhat at this stage, is going to be held up, at least that backward slide, by people like you and the media trying to correct scenarios that are happening out there, or at least informing people. This is very important. I noticed some people, especially some of the PPP boys that I talked to, saying that you are too critical and you're getting nasty and all of that. But if you see some of the nasty things they write and the things that they talk, and I am glad that there was a leak of that Dharamlal's email to Lennox Schumann, and Schumann mentioning about, I hope you don't pull the gun on me and so on. I mean, I was minister when Nigel Dharamlal pulled gun on somebody that was working at the foreign based institution, simply because the fella talked to some girl whom he happened to know. And, I thought, because I like to give second chances, I thought it might have been a bad thing to take away his firearm. And so also was the commissioner, the then commissioner. And so he was granted it again. But I hope that he does not pull on anybody else, because for all you know, that
Schumann
person might
seems
get a gun too and might be put
Schumann
up to the
seems to
draw.
have
Yeah.
Schumann seems to have a, a genuine fear, as the law says, that force is going to be applied to his person, unlawful force, with his gun pulling.
Well, but also what it shows, especially from that young brass at the PPP, I regard Nigel and them, the younger brass in the PPP, is how they love to bully people. Here it is, a genuine conscience statement from the deputy leader, what do you call him? Speaker of the
Deputy
House.
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker of the House, speaking to a minister. I think he's a senior minister. And he's expressing himself on the issue of the 7%.
As a matter of fact, in all fairness to Schumann, he never addressed Dharamlal. He made a statement on social media, as you said, according to his conscience.
Yeah. Well,
Dharamlal
exactly.
took offense
Exactly.
and engaged him.
And that is his response. Just like how, you get them ministers in there who are going to ask, a girl are going to slap you, arrange somebody for my uncle, all kinds of
Yep.
what is
And they're
called.
talking about nasty.
Yeah. And that is why when you describe them the way you do, although it is harsh, sometimes I don't like that kind of language myself, but you have to come down and say, on the average, is Sherrod misdescribing these jagabats? And you are not, Sherrod. You're really not. They are very nasty. And the way they're carrying on and doing a number of things, just like the president, big president I'm talking about now, Irfan Ali, on state lands, doing that piece of nonsense, trying to vindicate to public servants the correctness of his 7% increase.
And bash the unions too, calling them political activists or some nonsense like that.
Yeah, well, that is typical of them. It is in their DNA to bully. As I told you, I was in the belly of the beast. And they just did not want anybody, a person like me, who fought for them for years and years, and probably more than most of them, because I was one of their elders in a sense, from that young brigade, far older than them. So you were there since the 1980s. They came, some of them born in the 1990s. And you are telling them that, look, this is not the correct way to carry this country, especially in accordance with the good governance that we know that we preached. So now that we got to practice it, let us practice it in a better way. No. Go expel you. Then they expel Moses in a way. Then they expel Ralph Ramkaran. And that is what they do. They don't want you to get in line, or you don't get in line with them. Out you go. And then the rest who don't want to not go remain silent. And silence is violence. This thing will just continue to perpetuate itself once Jagdev is there, as I said. And that is why we will give you pittance like 7%. You better take it. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen to you.
Yep.
Get a gun in your head.
Khemraj, what do you make of this falling out, or this new complexion of the relationship between the PPP and Lennox Schumann? What do you make of it as a seasoned politician?
When Schumann got the position and he started kowtowing to the PPP, I warned him. Well, I think I made a little note of the words here. Your expulsion from that relationship will come earlier than you know. And it is almost prophetic, because they're going to throw him out. They gave him the advisor job for aviation because they wanted him to be the deputy speaker. They wanted him to support them and all kinds of things and to cuss down the opposition. And he did it. Blindly, he did it. Didn't think about politically that he could be used. And now that he has done what he had to do and they're entrenched and consolidated and whatever in power as they feel, they now can get rid of him. And they're going to get rid of him because, quite frankly, also, the arrangement in that party that Lennox Schumann is a member of, a joinder of parties, I understand somebody else now is going to come in to spend another 1/3 of the time as the parliamentarian. So he will have to retire from parliament because his 1/3 time period has come to an end. So his usefulness to the PPP is ended. So why you gotta give him the $800,000 job as an aviation advisor, and he writing about 7%? Knock him off, and that is what will be argued inside of the PPP, and they're gonna get rid of him. They used him, they sucked him up, they used up his runs, but now his selection in the team is out you go. Expiry day come, get out of the place, and Schumann is going to quickly learn that these people are so unprincipled. I used to say that the PPP is an act, is like a fiefdom of unprincipled down. It is full of all of them like in that. And I want to bring back a point because before I miss it. You remember when we had increased our salaries to 50%? From it was around $400,000, I think members of ministers used to get. And we jack it up. It was about 50%. It went up high indeed. We indicated that it was necessary for certain purposes because it is more akin to what people in and around the Caribbean was getting as ministers. It also will be an incentive that the ministers must not be corrupt because they are having at least a very good salary and all of that. And I think it was raised to about $800,000. And from 600 or so, whatever it was, it raised to 800, 50% increase. Jack Dale in Parliament and also in interviews with Dennis Chibral and so many other reporters said that the minute there is a change in government, they are going to withdraw that salary increases that was so hefty given to the APNU coalition minister.
So you're saying it has been withdrawn?
No, it has not been.
What?
This is what I am telling you. They are classic at lying to members of the public.
So you're saying the PPP enjoying the same 50% that it cost them when they were in opposition?
Cost them. Listen to me. When they were there, they were opposition. So they were merely parliamentarians. And the parliamentary salary from 120 had gone to about $205,000 as the salary for a parliamentarian. They said that this kind of increase is unconscionable, especially when compared to what the public servants were getting. And for 6 months, they didn't take it. They were playing angels and archangels. After 6 months, they're going to grab it. And they collected it for the next 5 years. And then they said that they are going to reintroduce what was their salary scales when they come in back government. Lie. They've gone there. I want to make it this point too. When we had increased our salaries to that level, which is in par with all the other Caribbean countries, and that is what we wanted to make it, along with the incentive of not getting people to be corrupt and all of that. We never, for the 5 years, increased ministerial salaries after that. From 2015, when the increases happened, right down to 2020, when we came off office, no increase for any minister or junior minister or vice president or the president or anybody. You know, the first time they go in and raise salary for the public servants,
they get a raise too.
They get a 7%.
They're getting a raise too. So ministers are getting a 7% raise on 800,000.
Number one, that is just for junior minister. Senior minister, I think, get about almost $1 million or whatever AG get 1.4, Prime Minister get this, and so on. President get, Vice President, they get more too.
So
So
in
that's
their first
7.
year, there is
Yes. So that's 7%
and
increase,
retroactive.
and then it's going to be retroactive. That
Wow.
7% increase for
Wow.
those ministers will be like the salaries they used to pay public servants. 7% of 800, let's say it's the minimum for a minister, 800,000. 7% of 800,000 is $56,000 increase they will get.
Multiply by 12.
Right. You multiply that by 12 per annum. If
It's
you
a good small
understand,
change.
is no small change. And these were the Jagabats telling us
Yep.
that
Things
how
and tight for them.
but they've now gone and they gone and increased their
Christmas for
salary.
them is nice time, Khemraj. Christmas for them, ministers right, is nice time.
Yeah,
They
you
got good
just
small
multiply
change
that
there for
back
Christmas.
pay. That back pay of 56 multiplied by 11.
Yeah.
11, 5, 55 is about 5 point something million. 50 is about 600,000 and more. That's a
But
nice small piece.
but
And this
Khemraj,
is what I wanted. Yeah.
as the leader of a political party, you are a senior partner in the APNU AFC coalition. You know, as a citizen of this country, what do you make personally of this 7% pay hike?
Oh my goodness.
Unilaterally, mind you, unilaterally.
Yes, the thing is so unconscionable, and the circumstances makes it even quadrupled unconscionable because we have the oil monies. When we had started that increase of 11% in 2016, then a 9% in 2017. In 2015, we also gave a salary increase. And the thing worked out that we gave increases to public servants that brought their salary from $37,000 to $70,000. You multiply, that is almost more than 50%. It was more in the 5-year period. And every year they got far more than 7% increase. Far more. Now they have borrowed so much. They call it deficit fund budgeting. We got 500 million US dollars in the reserve bank. We got so much more money. And you know, the first year they didn't give you 1 cent. The public servants, the second year, they take right down to December month now, almost to give you 7%. And the 7% will be taxed, by the way. It was not like it was untaxed as we had it. It is taxed. Okay?
Wow.
So you're going to,
Yeah.
even if from the $4,900 a month, you're going to take out back about $1,700, whatever is the tax rates and so on. That is why. So these people ain't got no shame, and to have shed those tears in the parliament when we increase the people's salary and increase ours. And if you see, I'm glad that y'all are playing back those tapes where Irfan Ali was saying that the PPP's manifesto got it, that we got more than 20% increase that we called for. It was the 50% that they had called for. And now they got other ministers coming to say that we never said 50%. They're lying upon we. They are shameless. And that is one of the things. They don't have integrity. They
Yep.
don't, the dignity is lost too. Because all that they did was to, just wickedly stated to their very gullible kind of
Approach into the conscience,
yes,
Khemraj.
yes,
Khemraj, as you run that, it seems as though on every front in this country, there is a crisis, as it were. The
yeah.
fisher folk are crying out. Y'all chasing away the fish. Y'all cross. The fisher folk crying out. The rice farmers, Khemraj, crying out. And the PP's only answer is that we got to study this problem. You got to study it and come back with a solution. But quite strange. When it comes to the environmental impact assessment and them kinds of things, they ain't got to study nothing. It's a no-brainer. But with the rice farmers and the fishing folks, we got to study it.
Well, it's a
What do
matter
you
of
make of it?
convenience for them. And it is all because of corruption behind everything. Here, the non passage of an environmental impact assessment for the bridge C. It's corruption. That requires more study. I mean, the fishing one requires study too. But the fishing one, you can say that there was only one new development in that ocean out there, and that was ExxonMobil. And the fish production got low. So logically, that has some impact. And if they knew anything about what had happened in Texas, Houston, or the offshore fishermen of America get huge subsidies from ExxonMobil for all of the thing that they got there. And this thing should be really brought to the fore by this government. Is it true that you Exxon people give the fishermen off the shores of Texas, Houston, and those places where there are oil rigs out there in the ocean, in the Gulf, as you call it? Why do you do that? We have seen here now 40% reduction in fisheries in and around that big orbit there. Are you willing? Could we talk something? They don't even want to talk.
Yep.
So it is all interest. And we have seen other countries in which big oil companies have paid off governments to just keep quiet, or paid off governments to take away the more knowledgeable and the more questioning personnel, like a Vince Adams. What do you think they get rid of Vince Adams for? Because he could bat the Exxon ball. Who they put there now? Somebody who didn't even know cricket.
A sheep.
A bat ball.
Not a wolf, a sheep.
So the whole trouble is you remove the people and the personnel. You defang. You take out the bite from these people, from the institutions, and then you put your toothless poodles there. And then you say, well, we have an EPA, we have a commissioner, we have this, we have that, but you ain't got one thing. And then from behind comes Papa Jagabat saying, grant that.
Big head.
I will not give an EIA for that. I will not give. Then the democracy is being derailed.
The guardrails.
The guardrails are now being dismantled. And that is how they're doing it. And then they drive fear to bolster that thing. Look, the Dictator's Handbook has been well read by people like Barajagdeo and Irfan Ali and all of them. They know how to do this thing. They were doing it prior to 2015. They were doing that when he was running the housing ministry. The fear he, dished out on people.
Oh, yes. The stories are notorious. The stories are notorious. But Khemraj, let me ask you my penultimate question. Folks, y'all see we getting a little fancy, so we don't say the second to last question anymore. We say the penultimate question. I beg your pardon. The penultimate question, Khemraj. Now, you look at these guys here, right? You see contracts being doled out. Left, right, and center, friends and family, the dog, the cat, everybody, the cow, getting contract. What do you make of it? This country could progress, Khemraj. Right? Or as somebody said of one of these young scholars the other day, you're going to study them beat out.
These contracts awards is reminiscent of the time prior to 2015, when we really was on that anti-crusade against corruption. The corruption happens with awards, and the awards are now being given to their supporters. I see some people who are in gold mining are now into construction. I know the fella too, is a friend of mine. But they have no right as against the Courtney Benz, as against Brian Tiwari's, the Jagmohans and all of that. They did not do the kind of quality of work that even the IDB had commended. Brian Tiwari has done so many big works for the sea defense system, came to their assistance on so many occasions. You understand? But it's payback for what some of their new contractors did for them. and especially inside of certain mosques in Essequibo,
Mm-hmm.
going there and telling the Meiji and the members there, we first time have now a Muslim brother that is going to ensure, and you make sure that you turn president, everything will turn out right. And so this fella, because of his influence in those communities, now got to be paid back. So
Yep.
I telling you, a lot of these
Yep.
contracts, when they're granted out that way, and it is all in the literature. We brought down a man him here, the man that wrote the bottom billion, Collier, Professor Collier from Oxford University. And he said, rule of thumb, any good opposition or any good government must know that when you do these things, they got to pay back, and the payback got kickback. It is not only
Correct.
payback, it's kickback. Because they're planning for some elections in which literally they will buy the votes more directly. This PPP is now buying the votes by virtue of that distribution of money. You understand me? $7.6 billion for the flood relief. And half of the people who they were not certain will support them ain't got no money. And they dole it out to those whom they know will support
Yep.
them. And that is what
Yep.
we're doing.
Yep.
So,
But Khemraj, that mention there of flood relief is the perfect segue to my final question, because it has to do with the monies that Irfan just today talk about. Y'all should be comfortable with the 7% because look, y'all get flood relief money and all that. Millions and billions of dollars were earmarked for farmers whose crops were damaged during that massive flood we had here.
yeah,
Again, one of the plagues bestowed on us thanks to the PPP. Billions of dollars, and some of them are crying out that that system is riddled, Khemraj, with corruption, and they're yet to receive monies, even though they've suffered tremendous loss. It is who you know, right, and how much you are willing to give us kickback that got your name on the list, and they're crying out today.
I am absolutely certain that it is riven with and rife with corruption. Look, we did a press conference the other day, and on your program, and even on the Barbies on the Move program, I have been making the point, just like how the PPP want the elections change laws, that when you get your statement of poll, you're going to go and put them up electronically somewhere on a website. Let's call it the GCOM website, whatever. An electronic tabulation system. So SOP for Ramakrishna School, PVP 200, New AFC 150, whatever, and it's gone, and you go there. Why is it that we cannot have every single farmer, and it's about 6,000 of them, about that, who got on that tabulation, Khemraj Ramjattan, $500,000 for 40 acres losses. He lives at 47 village, and his rice field is at 47 village. And then you put all 6,000 names on the website of the Ministry of Education, or the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Finance. We will know all of those people who
Yeah.
got the amount of money, the names, where they're from, and you can even put in their telephone number. And those people who have not got, we will now be in a position to say
Yep.
corruption is always, flows out on the sunshine of transparency, on the
They
detergent.
want the kind of transparency and
No,
accountability and good governance. They want
absolutely.
that.
No, they don't want that. So that is why I'm saying they're fooling people. What Jagdeo does in these crises moments, and I think Irfan is learning now, is that let the thing go wrong. I gonna come like a little God and say to all those who didn't get, look, I know it's them fellas, and he gonna fire some of your own people, But they're very gullible, who gonna say, you see, I proper work hard, that I come here and he sort out the matter for me. And look, at least I get me 50,000 now. And so there is method in the PPP's madness in how it does its governance, and all unshapely, very dirty, as you say, but it has an impact, especially with my East Indian brothers and especially the farming community. You want to go, if they do this thing on the website, you will see how much people suffer and they ain't get nothing. And that
Yeah.
is one of the causes to the inflation of goods that are produced in Guyana. Because when you are supposed to give this money, you're supposed to give the money to the producers. So they will quickly take back the money, go into the soil, fork it up, plant it, and you go back, go run by gun. But when you not give it to the actual farmers, but you double pay the non-farmers. So you're going to get a whole set of money with non-farming. The farmers can't plant, so you get more money now to buy less goods. Inflationary effect of baigan and bora and tomato. I can understand international reasons for why we can't bring in at cheap cost certain items. But why not the items here when you spend 7.6 billion?
Yep.
It is a
Yep.
shame. And those of them who say
Crying
they know
shame.
economics, they don't know the economics. And they are deliberately screwing up the system like this, those jagabats, for purposes of ensuring that at their base, the base stand out and the base can always be with them. Any activity they ask the base can turn up. But that is wrong. That is bad government
Definitely so. Definitely so.
and unconscionable government. But this is how the PPP does it all the time. And we gotta bring out this to right-thinking people as to how the PPP do their business to the detriment of the entirety of the country, but only for some. So they just want to win this 51%. The 49 could go their ass any way they want to go. But that is not the correct way. And this thing angered me 20 years ago when I noticed Jagdeo had started doing it. And he has perfected the art now. And so many people, ridiculous and absurd as it is, believe him. And they believe that literally he's the God. And you're going to get...
He's a demon. He's not a god. He's a demon.
Yeah, they believe that he's a God. And they're going to get ministers, these young ministers who ain't really know him. And he going to go and tell the ministers, you go there and say, I never said 50% increase. I never said so.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to go like disciples,
Mm-hmm.
blind as bat.
Yeah. Lamb to the slaughter.
Said that.
A lamb to the slaughter.
And so, right. So I want it to be understood. But the farmers, as you wanted me to say this afternoon, are feeling the pinch. Not only in quarantine, in Essequibo and so on. Because all these prices have gone up.
Yep.
From
Things that-
$5,400 for the what was it? The fertilizer. It's
Yep.
gone
Gas
up to
gone up.
$9,600. And they're getting it. All of that. Rice production has, don't bother with Zulfikar. Zulfikar is just, again, throwing sand in the eyes of the people. It is not going to be any terribly good production level. And they're going to come and talk about, oh, the rainfall hard.
It's them. Not the rain. It's them.
Yeah. And then they're going to ask that we're going to give you all a flood relief again. And they're going to go give back the same people the flood relief. That is not how, that's a powerful...
And more corruption and scampishness.
That's a perverse incentive. You don't do it like that. But they don't...
More corruption and more scampishness.
And that is
Khemraj,
what they do for the next 3 years.
Khemraj, I really want to thank you for being in the ring. We've gone a little bit over program time.
Yeah.
You know, you always lend a lot of insight when you come to these many issues. Myriad issues, Khemraj. Thank you so much, Chief, for being in the ring this evening. Thanks very much.
Here.
Folks, the one and only Mr. Khemraj Ramjattan, leader of the Alliance for Change, senior partner in the APNU AFC coalition, folks. The man himself, he know the Jagabats. Jacqueline Pastano, he know the Jagabats. Roy Garraway, he know the Jagabats. If I got a choice, believe in the PP and Khemraj, without question, it's a no-brainer. Khemraj Alleyway, he know the Jagabats. Jermaine Osborne, he know the Jagabats. Wendy Andrews, he know the Jagabats. He knows them. Onessa Wardeen, he knows them. Rakim, Angela, McDonald, Onessa Ward, Glenna Jones, he know the Jagabats. Folks, you ought to share the live stream for us. We want the folks around the world to hear and to see what is happening in this country. Kwesi Mofat, Seymour George, guys, share the live stream for us. Touch our hearts in that way. Maybe things tight for you and you can't partner with us. Yeah? But don't let your hand be tight to share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. Thousands of you guys still watching us, and we're so privileged for that. We don't ever take that lightly. Share the live stream for us and show us those emojis. And those of you who can partner with us, because you got a little fiscal space in your economy, you got a little fiscal space there. Guys, you all see it jumping like I feel like I want to preach. Amen. Come on board, guys, and partner with us. You can help us to keep this program going for as little as $5 per month. That's $1,000 per month. Partner with us. $10 per month. 15, 20, and help our program to continue to grow from strength to strength. All of what we do here, guys, it is simply because of you. Everything you see on this program, everything you see, if you hear me clearer, if you see me better, it is because of Ringsiders. We are powered by Ringsiders. Nobody can tell you what to say, you know. We getting nasty. You haven't seen nothing yet. Huh? How low can we go? We got lower for go. When you're dealing with some people, you got to get on the mud with them, you know, folks. Come on board and partner with us and help us to continue to do what we do. Thanks to all of you for joining us. It's good to see all of you. Partner with us, Marcia Agard, Horace Thomas, Rayon Norris, Alvin Prince, Nolda Grant, Donna Holder. I see so many folks. The names are going by. Kim Walker. The names are going by so fast. Janet Edwards again. Guys, if you don't make a comment, I won't know you're on and can give you a shout out. Spurry Lee. How are you doing, Spurry Lee? I hope you are safe. I hope the eagle has landed and all is well. And Spurry Lee, thank you much. Thank you so much for your support. Folks, let me tell you, Spurry Lee, put their mouth. You understand me? Put the money, put them out there. Be like Spurry Lee and help us to continue to grow what we're doing here, guys, so that we can continue to come to you with the information that you need. Guys, good to see all of you still sticking around. Odwin Lake and Gail Randolph. I see so many folks. Molly Ann Mullin. I ain't see Molly in a little bit. Eva Garnett. Good to see you, Eva. And all the other fantastic folks like Marlon King. Marlon, how you doing, Marlon? Good to see you, Marlon, just today. Folks, come on board with us. I keep telling you guys, you've been seeing some of the improvements we're making. Your dollar will not be wasted. Your $5 will not be wasted. We got the Cash App. It's in the ring 59. Do I have it right? At Cash App, it's in the ring 592. Is it that? Yep. Cash App is in the ring 592. Yeah. In the ring 592. At PayPal, it's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. At MMG 6276963. That incidentally is also our WhatsApp number. You can send us your information tip. You can send us your photographs, your videos. And also that is our MMG number 6276963. We're also available on the platforms for Western Union and MoneyGram. Folks, come on board and partner with us. Folks, we got bills to pay. And we need your help to keep doing this week after week, month after month. We are a year plus, folks. We out here. We out here. Thanks for joining us, Sandra Davis, Roxanne Aaron, Winston Bob. How are you doing, Winston? Daniel Passad, Ariel, good to see you. And Margaret Jones, all you fantastic. Is it Ariel? Ariel, and Margaret and Danielle. Good to see each and every one of you. Ariel, give me a shout later on. Hope you guys are good. Young Ariel, you know, she loves the program. I love that our young people are tuning into politics and they have not given up hope. Nicole Jones, good to see you there. Colin Isaacs and Brennan Thompson. And I see Odwin Lake again, inclusive of Yvonne McPherson, guys, and Marcia Agard. All of you fantastic folks. Guys, the next time you see us, it's going to be the new week. We have done a week, and thank you guys for being here night after night, for staying with us through the little setbacks we've been having. We're still tweaking things, so you still might see a little jerky every now and again. We're still tweaking things, but thanks for staying with us, guys. You make the difference. in our program. It's nothing that we do at our end. It's all because you guys keep showing up night after night and you got them jagabats frightened. Good to see all of you guys. Have a safe weekend. Remember, as you go, to social distance, to wear your mask, to sanitize, to practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and your safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. And I'm certain some of y'all know like a prayer by now. Guys, it's very nice having all of you. Stay safe over the weekend. Y'all remember, tomorrow is High Risk Saturday. Depo y'all medi. Depo y'all meditation. Be vigilant. Be militant. High Risk Saturday tomorrow. Stay safe, guys, and have a great weekend.